Vamos a usar rápido. Al pasar rats aquí. Y perfecto. Ah, vale. Dios. Eso está moviéndose solo.
Excuse me, just one question.
I clearly have nothing to do with what you are asking about.
Aquí.
Help me, please.
I don't want to talk to you, mister.
Pues ya me has hablado. Vale, es que dice entre bazar y Ernest Avenue. Vale, tiene que ser. Vamos con la moneda. Pasa, pasa. Esto está en el cráneo. Vale. Muy bien, ¿no? Espera. Pero si la entrada está por aquí. No vea la vuelta que estoy dando, ¿eh?
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
A simplistic attempt at provocation. The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame.
Cojera.
Old, and hasn't been used for a long time. Closed with a metal bolt.
Porque hay mucha pisada.
Footprints. Size 9.5. A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Un cuerpo disecado.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane. Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately. Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Mira.
Coal fingerprints.
Alboro.
I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache.
¿Ahí hay algo más?
A Malpalbot. Saturn devouring his sun. A grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests.
Vale, ahora creo que... Tiene más pinta de ser eso. Vamos a ver aquí. No, porque tiene la mano apoyada un poco más para abajo. Espera. También me marca en el tiburón. Vamos a poner que está bajando él. ¿Y este se ha escondido aquí?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry.
Ya estamos.
Concentrate.
Pero no cuadra de que el tipo...
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Vale. John y yo hemos accedido al sótano de la exposición de Vogel, donde las obras más provocativas están cerradas al público. Las salas llevan el nombre de artistas decadentes. En la sala de Ace Swinburne localizamos un ataúd con un esqueleto que había movido un poco. En la tapa alguien había dejado una huella de carbón. Una trampilla de carbón en la sala Y. Franco estaba trancada, pero en la parte de dentro de la puerta encontramos arañazos recientes con limaduras de imán. Dentro de las trampillas alguien había dejado huellas de pisada. En el suelo de la Y Franco había un rastro de huellas de pisada de carbón. La pisada izquierda era más corta que la derecha, lo que indica cojera. Hay una pila de cenizas de cuadros quemados en el suelo, pero uno de los marcos parece vacío. Cerca de allí encontramos una colilla de malpal con una huella de carbón. Vamos a ver el... Vale, hallamos una huella de manos y una pieza de polvo de carbón en la galería de Vogel. El intruso es fumador y tiene cojera. En el suelo de la galería había una colilla de malpal, un rastro de huellas de alguien con cojera. Como que... Amor de madre. Le llevamos té y enfermedad mental. Entonces, no sé. Vamos arriba. Pero por aquí no... Vale. Está la puerta cerrada y no se puede subir. Por alguna razón, arriba no se puede. Vamos a hablar con...
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
It's a reflection on mortality. Nothing lasts forever, no beauty sustains itself, and everything succumbs to darkness. Am I right?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism, but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
This thief was familiar with the gallery, and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My. Your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Dirección Mercurio. Vogel dice que el artista Boniface Mercurio vive en alguna parte de O-City, pero no sabe exactamente dónde. También dice que el señor Mercurio es conocido. Vale, y el cuero que puede que robaran representa a una mujer a la que un diablo está violando en medio de una multitud y que mira al espectador. El diablo es rojo y tiene infinidad de colas. Forma parte de una serie titulada Noches de Sabbat en Cordona. Vale. Venga, por aquí. Pues toca preguntar. Buenas, muchachas.
Excuse me, just one question.
My mother doesn't allow me to speak to toughs, sir.
Con ricachones, tendría que ser con desconocido en general.
May
Señor,
I ask you something?
So you think if we have money, we should bow to your whims? No, sir.
pero ¿quién está humillando? Madre mía.
Could you help me?
I cannot help, but I can sell your fancy suit.
¿En serio? O sea,
A fresh newspaper? I wish you pleasant reading.
Bakın kim buradaymış.
oh, oh. Voy al ayuntamiento, a ver.
I'm curious, how did Mycroft recruit you? I doubt you're a field agent. I imagine you work with intelligence.
That's correct. Your brother noticed me when I tracked down a spy at the archives. That's how our cooperation began. And you? Did Mycroft force you into this?
Not at all. We simply have a mutual interest in someone. Or something.
Of course. A fruitful and willing collaboration, I'm sure.
Well, I'm his younger brother. I have to accept the consequences of being a close relative of an official figure.
I suppose in a way we are colleagues, Mr. Holmes.
In the remotest way possible, Miss Oni.
Es que no sé. No tiene nada que ver. Vamos a Cordona Chronicle, a ver. Recuerdo perdido.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Proyecto en una 20 de cuadros. La semana pasada nos ha deleitado con un nuevo escándalo relacionado con los círculos de la alta sociedad artística. Todo comenzó en una 20 de cuadros que los artistas locales denominan como la danza de la decadencia. El director de la editorial de Lyon, Daron Terwick rompió el idilio lanzando una silla a un artista decadente, Boniface Mercurio. Según declaró más tarde el señor Terwick, lo hizo porque el señor Mercurio lo deshonró. Este columnista le recuerda que hace poco vieron al señor Mercurio y a la señora Terwick juntos en una cafetería. Después, un director de orquesta, Kurt Gallagher, destrozó un cuadro sobre la cabeza del señor Terwick para proteger a su amigo Mercurio. Se inició entonces una gran pelea en la que intervinieron muchos clientes. Después de la prolongada reyerta llegó la policía que detuvo a los participantes y los mantuvo bajo vigilancia durante una semana. Menudo acto. Como leal consejero personal de ustedes, les sugiero que adquieran un recuerdo de la venta. Por desgracia, ya han terminado. Pero el mismísimo Boniface Mercurio invita a nuestros lectores a su casa, donde podían comprar uno de sus cuadros. Lo encontrarán en Hermes Avenue, entre Scarlet Street y Olive Street en la Old City. Vale.
Mr. Holmes, I have something for you.
Ah, ¿que tiene algo para mí?
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation. Return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Codona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering. Because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.